Hey y'all, it's Alicia and welcome back to Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. Good morning y'all, good morning. We have had a tough week. We've had a week of a lot of loss, and I'm sure that a lot of you this week, like me, felt very heavy-hearted. And I was thinking about that last night. When I get heavy-hearted, I do two things. My friends will tell you I retreat temporarily into my brain, which is just my natural way. I think it's because I'm a writer. That's just like where I go. And the other thing I do is I cook. So my husband, who's sitting here, will vouch for the fact that I started making meatloaf at 1 a.m. yesterday. Homemade meatloaf. I went with a southern recipe from Paula Deen and mashed potatoes and the whole bit. And at 3 a.m. I woke him up and I'm like, feel like eating meatloaf? He's laughing right now. He's sitting here laughing. And he was like, what time is it? And then he said to me, I know we eat late, honey, but it's 3 a.m. But that's how I deal with it. My mom cleans. If I don't cook, then I craft. That's just how I deal with it. And I'm hoping each of you find your way. I guess the side benefit is my husband gets to eat my grief and how I deal with it. Maybe not at 3 a.m., but he gets to eat. For me, it just helps me work out things. And so I needed to make some comfort food yesterday because I just felt like, my heart was a bit heavy and we would need comfort food. Today I'll craft. These are the ways that I deal and I process all these feelings. And I'm just sharing that with you because we're all processing them. And it's just a tougher time in the world. My mom used to say this expression when I was little that I never really understood very well, which is life is for the living. And I used to think, what the heck does that mean? Of course it is. Of course it is, like it was an obvious thing. But in this time of uncertainty that we're living in, and with the recent losses, and we've had many this week, we've had many in our community this week, and also we've had many scares, like Mary Jane and her family. Life is for the living is starting to take on a whole new meaning in this pandemic. And I think for me it means live every day. Live every day, treat every exchange like it's precious, because it is precious. And it should be precious all the time, not just now in a pandemic. And in light of all of our recent losses here in our community, it should be like that all the time. But if we're not reminded now how important our relationships are, how valuable our friendships are, how important our community is, our family is, I don't know when we'll get that reminder. If it doesn't penetrate now, then when? Right? So I just wanted to share how I'm coping this morning. I'm going to be spending the day making, because that's the other thing that makes me very happy. And I still have to clear that messy table, so I'm going to do that too. But those are the two things. Now the organizing feels good after. I never enjoyed as much as crafting, but it will be satisfying afterwards. So that's sort of how I'm going to process. I'm going to work my way through it literally. And I'm hoping the same for each of you. And now life is for the living, and we have to enjoy every moment we have. Every moment we have. So I'm hoping that today you make the most out of today, and that you truly enjoy it, and that you're blessed with creativity and innovation, and also just a spirit of creating things and making things so that you too can work through everything you're processing. I'm wishing for you a happy day, y'all. A truly happy day. And I will see y'all later today. Bye for now.